Let us start Chapter 6, Section 6. Problem number 1. If one student is selected at random, find the probability of selecting a student that received an F or a W or an I. So let's find the probability that the student received an F or a W or an I is equal to, let's look at the probability of F plus probability of W plus probability of I. So probability of F, you have 19 over the total, and the total here was 200. So 19 over 200 plus the probability of W is 12 over 200 plus the probability of I is 2 over 200. So calculating that, you have 33 divided by 200 is equal to 0.165. If one student is selected at random, find the probability of selecting a student that did not receive a C for Math 140. So to find the probability that he did not receive a C, we find the probability of C. So we do 1 minus the probability of C, which is equal to 1 minus probability of C is 54. So 1 minus 54 over 200 is equal to 0.73. Number 2, a card is drawn from a standard deck of 52 playing cards. Find the probability that the card is a 10 or a heart. So the probability the card is a 10 or heart. So let's look at the formula. Formulas, you have the probability of 10 plus the probability of heart minus the probability of both 10 and heart. So probability of 10, you've got 4 tens, so 4 over 52 plus the probability of hearts, you have 13 hearts over 52 minus 1, you've got 1 10 heart, 1 over 52. So calculating that, 4 plus 13 minus 1 is 16 over 52 is equal to 0.308. The next one, find the probability the card is a 7 or a queen. So again, the probability of 7 or queen, you find the probability of 7. So probability of 7 is you've got 4 sevens over 52 plus the probability of queen. You have 4 queens over 52. So you just add those. There's no minus both because you can't have both, a 7 or a queen. So you just do 4 plus 4, which is 8 over 52, is equal to 0.154. The next one, find the probability the card is a red or a diamond. So red or diamond, probability of red or diamond. So here you have the probability of red, which is 26 over 52, plus the probability of diamonds. You've got 13 diamonds, 13 over 52, minus both. You have 13 that are both red and diamonds. So minus 13 over 52, which is equal to 26 over 52, which is equal to 0.50. And the last one, find the probability that the card is a 5 or black. So probability of 5 or black is equal to probability of 5. You have, let's do this out, probability of black plus probability of 5 minus both. Probability of black 5. So probability of black, you have 26 black cards, 26 over 52, plus 4 fives, 4 over 52, minus 2 black fives. You've got a club and a spade, which are 2 blacks, over 52. So that is equal to 28 over 52, which is equal to 0.538. And number 3, here you have a table again. Find the probability that the selected student is a graduate or has a business major. So the probability of graduate or business is we find the probability of graduate. So the probability of graduate plus the probability of business minus both probability of graduate and business. Probability of graduate, here you have adding them all up together. You have 100 graduates over the total of 500. So again, make sure you do the total 500, and you can total each column and each row. The probability of business, here you have business majors, which is 150 plus 50. So 150 plus 50 is 200 over 500 minus probability of graduate and business. Graduate and business is 50 over 500. So you have 100 plus 200, which is 300, minus 50. So you have 250 divided by 500 is equal to 0.5. The next one, what is the probability that a randomly select student is an undergraduate or has an engineering major? So the probability of undergraduate or engineering. So here you have the probability of undergraduate plus probability of engineering minus both undergraduate and engineering. So the probability of undergraduate, so undergraduate, combining that, you have 400 divided by the total, 500, plus probability of engineering. Engineering, you have 150 plus 25, which is 175 over 500, minus both undergraduate and engineering. So undergraduate and engineering is minus 150 over 500, which is equal to, combining the numerator, is equal to 425 over 500, and that is equal to 0.85. And the last one from number 3, what is the probability that a randomly selected student has a business or has an arts and science major? So the probability of business or art and science, so art and science or business, is equal to probability of arts and science, so arts and science plus business. And here you don't subtract because you don't have both business and art and sciences. So you do probability of art and sciences, so combining the two, 125 divided by 500 plus the probability of business, 150 plus 50, 200. And there's no both, so you just combine 150 plus 200. 125 plus 200, is 325. Divided by 500 is equal to 0.65. And number 4, What is the probability to find a male or a single customer? So the probability of male or single is, let's find the probability of male plus the probability of single minus both probability of male and single. So probability of males, you have a total of 120 males over the total, and adding that up you have 200. So 120 divided by 200 plus the probability of single you have 50 over 200 minus the probability of both male and single is 20, so minus 20 over 200, and that total is 150 over 200, which is 0.75. And the last from number 4 is, what is the probability of finding a married or female? So again, you have probability of married or female, which is equal to the probability of married plus probability of female minus both married and female. So probability of married is, you got 150, 100 plus 50 is the total married, 150 divided by 200, plus probability of female, you got 80 female over 200 minus both married and female. Married and female is 50 minus 50 divided by 200, and that is equal to 180 divided by 200, which is 0.90. And this completes Chapter 6, Section 6.